Hey there, Green Thumb here. If you like my channel and you like my videos, go ahead and give me a like, share, subscribe, a thumbs up. It helps me out. It really helps the channel out. So, let's talk about a little bit of something that's going to happen to the garden this year. So, this is definitely going to get widened out. Right now, it's all muddy, yucky, wet. I'm not going to worry about anything over here. But what I do need to worry about, but I'm not going to get going quite yet, is these flowers here, man. Like, I love the flowers. Don't get me wrong. I love the flowers, but they're getting a little too out of hand. And, they were here. I want to say they were here ever since we moved in, Not that they were already here, but I remember being as a kid that okay, I just need to get those flower stalks out. But, anyways, yeah. Zoom your engine, man. Small little. Anyways, um, I've had these planted here ever since 2007, and these were actually my first plant that I planted as a kid. These were my first plants. Um, I was, I want to say I was maybe 10, maybe 11 years old when I first planted these flowers. And, they've just kind of got out of control. I remember they used to just be a little cluster right here. Now they've just completely spread, and they've they're over here now, and that's an issue. I can't really have them over there like that. Not that I wouldn't mind if I wouldn't get in trouble for it because I live in government housing, but that, and I kind of want to do something else with this small area. Don't get me wrong, I love the flowers. I love the tropical look and feel they give me. I love these big leaves, but I mean, we can look, we can see things like this, little tubers that are just completely, ow, tree there, that hurt, that are completely just taken over the ground, and they just need to be dug up and taken care of. I still want to keep a small patch, maybe a small patch behind this tree, but the rest, I feel, need to be dug up because these are the type of flowers where you need to dig them up and separate them anyways. Because they got those little tubular rhizomes, I don't even have to worry about getting much root on them, to be honest, because I can just, dig them up and put them in the ground. Or put them in a pot and sell them or give them away to maybe people who want them. I actually remember one getting out of the area and I had to give it to my friend and put it in his garden, or else they were just going to get mowed over. So, what's my plans for this area in particular? So, I'm definitely, like I said, I'm definitely going to keep a few flowers in the back because they add a tropical vibe that I really like. They got those big leaves, they got those big tropical looking flowers, but I went to Northern Tropics, and this is some of the stuff I got. I got some of this grass here. I'm not quite sure what this grass is. It has a variegation in the middle. It likes partial sun to shade. It's a little ragged right now because, well, it just got done going through winter, so that's why I just went ahead and bought it. Got a deal on it anyways, why not? So, yeah, I can separate this. Sandy over at Northern Tropics, which was real kind, she showed me how to split this up and divide it, so I might place that in rows over here, or just might place it as one clump as is in the ground. But then, I got this beautiful plant, and this plant is a Hutria X Villalasa, but I love the purple, and look at that black striation. Not sure if you guys could see it, but yeah, I think it will do just fine here. It will flower. It will be good for the bees and hummingbirds, and I just really love the purple and black, kind of some nice little goth colors there. Really love it. Can't wait to put in the ground. I guess they form a kind of clumps too, kind of like the hostas over here. And we can kind of see that in there. We got 1, 2, 3 I can really split up now if I wanted to, but I don't want to because it's already kind of small. It just rained, so I'm not even going to water any of them. And I'll put them in here, but I'm not going to put them in there now. I'm actually going to wait for it to get sunny and dry up a bit because we just have more and more rain coming in, so it wouldn't be worth it. And then something else that gives me a tropical vibe on a smaller scale is these guys. They have like that really bright red. And these are a salvia. They're good for hummingbirds, bees like them, I guess. So, why not? And it'll help our pollinators, our native pollinators. You can either disagree or choose to disagree with me, but hummingbees, the bees that we use for honey, they're not really all that good for the environment as people think, which, they're good for business, but they're not really the pollinators we need for our native environment. So, anyways, it will also encourage butterflies, which I would like to help too if I can get them to come here and perhaps take my flowers. And the cool thing about them too is any spent flowers like this, I could just cut back and it'll rebloom new flowers. So, like right here, this is almost spent. I can go ahead and cut that off if I want, and I'll get new flowers right there on that stalk. So, I figured that would be nice to have here. And then she went ahead and threw in these guys too. I'm like, why not? I'll put them in the garden too, just for the heck of it. They'll add a little bit more contrast color to all the red, purples, and now I'll have 2 yellows in there, because why not? Why not? I don't mind putting annuals in there. These guys are yellow canaries. There's the tag. I've never had these flowers in the ground, so I've never really had yellow canaries at all, really. I've had flowers similar to this, but they'll be interesting to have. They kind of remind me of a dainty little, those one little flowers that have like little, I forget the names of them, but have like little red and white stripes in the flowers, things like that. But, yeah, yeah, I'll be happy to plant those in the ground too. So that way I'll have a bit of a variety over here rather than just some flowers are starting to get a little invasive here and starting to get a little too much for this area. Then, of course, I got my trees. They just kind of invaded here. I got tired of cutting them down because it wasn't doing no good. It just kept growing, so I'm like, all right, if you're going to grow, you're going to grow in a bonsai style, and yeah, you're going to kind of like it. So that's what's going on here. We can see here where I did some wiring. I got to do some more wiring, perhaps. I don't know, I might try to make it crooked and go up that way in an S shape, and then this here, I've got to do more wiring, kind of bend it a bit. Bend it to the other side, or maybe even over here. I don't know what I'll do with that yet. I might just maybe even cut that branch off completely. Anyways, so yeah, that's this little area that's going to have an update. It's a little area, so I'm not going to do a whole lot here. But I am going to do something. I might even put my native fern in there. My what's the name of that fern? So many ferns. I got ferns indoors and ferns outdoors. Just so many ferns. Ostrich fern. Ostrich fern I might even put in there, because it grows in a way that I like. It's not all spread out, and I might just find a different fern to put in there, or I might get an autumn fern and put it in there. I'm not quite sure yet what I'll do, or I might even put an autumn fern over here. I'm not quite sure yet, because there's not going to be a whole lot of green, maybe besides these trees and of course the flowers. But so yeah, that's the update. I did go ahead and put a cage around them, but yeah, just a little bit of what I have plans doing for this little bit of the garden. Yeah, and the fence needs to be corrected too. Look at it, it's kind of leaning, so I need to correct that. And I just need to get everything situated in here. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of this video. If you guys want to see me do the planting, let me know. And yeah, I'll do the whole planting. And if you guys are going to be interested in seeing that. Otherwise than that, guys, have a good rest of the day.